Okay, so here's the run through on how to do the manip now that I understand it. So the first thing that you're going to need, and I'm only going to explain how this works for setting it up on Fire Red. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have a Game Boy SP with Fire Red or Leaf Green, and you're going to need to play up until the point where you can capture Moltres. Use Charizard as your starter as well, because Charizard's really good for this. I didn't do that, I'm dumb. You're going to want a team. Let me just show you. A team on here. I could show this with my capture card, but I'm lazy. You need Moltres. Also, everything needs to be level 50 or lower. It doesn't matter what level, just 50 or lower. You need Moltres, Coughing, Ghastly. Charizard's really good for this too, so add Charizard instead of Lapras. And then you just need any other Pokemon, so Lapras, Beedrill, and Ditto. The Pokemon that I am showing here, Lapras, Ditto, Beedrill, and all them, they need to be non-burners. They're Pokemon that don't have particle effects. So for example, Ghastly has like little dust particles, Coughing has the smoke, Moltres has the flames. You want to have non-burners. So Lapras has no particle effects, so Lapras works for this, which is a really easy Pokemon to get. Beedrill is really easy to get. Same with like Weedle, same with Caterpie. Like those bugs will all work. You just need to have a couple Pokemon that don't have any particle effects. These are just the 3 I'm using. Once you have all that set up, just save the game in the Pokemon Center and turn off Fire Red. You're done with that. You need the Game Boy SP Connect cable. You're going to plug that into port 2, keep your GameCube controller on port 1, and then in Colosseum, you're going to go to Colosseum Battle. You're going to do Solo Battle, Register, and then GBA Pokemon. You can use Colosseum Pokemon. If you're using, like, Moltres that you got from XD, this would probably be how you do that. I'm not sure how to do that method, so I'm only doing the GBA method. You hit GBA, it'll say to connect to Game Boy Advance system. That's why I had to save in the Pokemon Center. Just turn on your GBA, and then it'll pop up your team. You also need to have a memory card, I think, for this method. Okay, so my thing worked. So that's my new team. These Pokemon are already registered. That's just because I've already registered the team, but you won't normally have that screen. Just register the team, it's pretty easy. It's a children's game, you can figure it out. Once you've done that, you are done with the GBA, I think, forever. I don't think you ever need it again. So then I'm just going to go ahead and hit the reset button on call-out, just because you probably don't need to. I'm just hitting the reset button because I want to get the RNG Manip from the start. Also, I've turned off my Game Boy. It's off for the rest of this. You shouldn't need it again. So now for the actual manipulation part. Ryzikin has a paste bin. I'll link it. It's just a nice little paste bin that explains a bunch of stuff. The most important bit is right here. I'll go over that in a second, but that explains how to do the manipulation. Obviously, we're using the Colosseum program like we always have. You're just going to start it out the same as usual, but you're going to have a better Espeon than usual. This is probably more up to like runner preference. Ryzikin suggests these stats here. Ryzikin is a good runner, so I just trust Ryzikin's notes. But let's say, you find a strat that, having 20 attack saves significant time. Maybe drop down the defense and go for the better attack. This is just significantly better than what we used to run. So these are the new stats. If you don't know how to do that in the program, it's just under settings, and then you go to Predictor Colosseum, and then here's your Espeon stats. Just mess with these how you want. This is also probably really good for no snags, but I don't know how to mess with that. I put in the new ones here. And then I'm ready to find my seed. So you hit find seed just like normal, and you just do the same old single battle ultimate, and then enter everything. So Seth Metagross. I should also mention you have to have your re-rolls really high for this. I set mine to 1,000. It's all personal preference. At 1,000 re-rolls, you're usually waiting about 2 minutes, like between reset attempts. So the higher your re-rolls, obviously the longer it'll take. West Sneakin. Alright, if I get a super early one, I'm just gonna skip over it. It would be really funny, because it's like 1 in 1,000 now to get a good one. West Heracross. Should be 2 more. West Entei. Hopefully last one. Seth Meta. And I'm gonna auto I swear to God, it's like 1 in 1,000. I get it on 11. I'm just gonna skip over it. Okay, after 619 rerolls. So it's 630. This is 619 after the 11. So you can see here, reroll count 630. So after 630 rerolls, I'll have this Espeon. You can see it's like really good. Normally 630 rerolls would take like half an hour of rerolls. We're not going to bother with that. So the way that this new method works, there's 4 different strategies, and it depends on your reroll count. If it's between 0 and 100, you just do the standard manual rerolls, where you just like go in, go out on your team, same as we've done with the Minute Forever. If you're between 100 and 200, what you're gonna do is when you do the Colosseum battle, you're gonna use one of the non-burner Pokemon and an ordinary Pokemon. So there's 3 classifications of Pokemon. There's Moltres, there's Burner, and then there is Ordinary. So you can see there's different combinations here. So Ordinary plus a Burner. So that would be like Coughing and Beedrill, or Ghastly and Ditto, or Ghastly and Caterpie. Like one of the Pokemon that has the particle effects, and then a regular Pokemon. If it's between 120 and 160, you're going to use both of the Burners. So that would be like Ghastly and Charizard, or Coughing and Ghastly will be what I would use, because that's what I have on mine. And then if it's between 160 and 199, you use Moltres and a non-burner. So that would be, you know, obviously Moltres and Caterpie, Moltres and Weedle, something like that. And in the situation that I'm in here, 200 plus, you use Moltres and the burner. So you just do Moltres plus Charizard, Moltres plus Coughing, etc. So now we know that my reroll count was 630. You can see right here, all of these, if you're below 200, you're always going to forfeit immediately. So there's like a forfeit option in the Colosseum battle. You would always forfeit immediately. But since this is 200 plus, I'm not going to be forfeiting immediately. I have to do some math to figure out how long to wait. So 160, you subtract from the reroll count, and you divide that number by 6. So 630 minus 160 is 470 divided by 6 is 78. So I have to wait 78 seconds in the battle before I forfeit. So what you do is you back out to this menu, you hit Colosseum Battle, you do Solo Battle, Colosseum Battle. You want to use Phoenix Stadium specifically. Phoenix Stadium, the lighting also advances the RNG, and you're going to use a double battle always here. You'll load the team that you saved earlier. Mine was loaded from the GBA. So I'm up against Rich Boy Markon. And because I was over 200 rerolls, I'm going to be using Moltres, Coughing, and then the last 2 don't matter. So that's good. And the timer starts as soon as you gain control in the battle. So you just mash through all this text. And as soon as you see the screen pop up in the bottom left with your options, that's when you start your timer. So you'll be able to see my timer in the top right. I'll start it as soon as I gain control. It'll be once my Pokemon gets sent out. And it's 78 seconds that I'm waiting. So I'm waiting 78 seconds from here. You attack with Moltres, and then you click on Give In and put your cursor over Yes, and you're just going to hit A as soon as it hits 78 seconds. The reasoning for this is the particle effects from Coughing and Moltres are advancing the RNG. So whenever Moltres is on the screen here, like flapping its wings, the particle effects on the fire are advancing the RNG. That's why Moltres is the best for this, because there's so much fire on Moltres. It advances the RNG quite a bit. Coughing advances it a little bit whenever it like shoots out the gas, but Moltres is the big one. This is also why it might be best to limit your amount of rerolling. you know, if I had to wait like 4 minutes here, it might not be worth it. Alright, we're coming up on it. 118 will be the 78 seconds. And done. 78 seconds. Now on this screen, you want to just mash B, and then there will be a screen that comes up. You hit, would you like to continue? No. If you quit here, you'll have to restart your challenge. That is okay. Stop my timer now. And now, you back all the way back out. You go back into battle now. And you go into single battle ultimate, and all you're going to do is you're going to go back to your RNG tracker. You're going to reset the tracker, and you're just going to find the team again. But what we've done is we've advanced the RNG significantly, so we'll still get that same Espeon that we found on 630 rerolls, but it won't take as many rerolls, as long as we did everything right. So find your seed. So it's West Swampert. So West Swampert. West Suicune. Sethera. And we do all the reroll. Okay, it's still pretty far off. I didn't get lucky in the battle, but it's only 82 rerolls now, which is something you can like definitely reroll for. So I could have waited a little bit longer in the Colosseum battle, but you can see it's still the same Espeon. It's just significantly like faster to reset, and like if I show you the stats, like. The Espeons are significantly better than what we would normally get. Perfect speed, perfect special attack, perfect defense, basically perfect special defense, solid attack, and good hitting power, better than 67. So yeah, you get better Espeons, and you get them without the hand mashing of doing like this over and over. Well, as if you time it like more perfectly with the battle thing. I think this is a little bit on the safer end, the minus 160 divided by 6. I think that's more on the safe end. You could probably like divide by like 5.5 or something like that. But overall, it's a good method. And yeah, bye.